Okay.
Okay, I'd like to call the meeting of the St. Louis County Board of Zoning Adjustment to order. The board members present today are Janet Herman, Chairman, Angelia Bills, Vice Chairman, and Justin Randall, Member. The BZA Coordinator is Debbie Nesbitt, and staff planners are Mel Wilson and Abby Freutel. First, I offer into the record the affidavit of publication pertaining to today's meeting, March 9th, 2022. The board hereby takes official notice of and admits into evidence on the record the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance 1003, St. Louis County Revised Ordinance 1974 as amended, and Chapter 1004, St. Louis County Revised Ordinance 1974 as amended. Next, I will call for a motion to approve the minutes of the previous BZA meeting of February 23rd, 2022.
So moved.
And I'll second. The hearing procedure is informal, but is a teleconference and is recorded. The planning staff will read each request into the record. The petitioner will be unmuted, state their name, and make a brief presentation to the board explaining the reason and hardship for the requested variance. The board will not consider financial hardships. Board members may ask questions to clarify the facts. When the board is satisfied with material presented, the chairperson will then ask if there is anyone in favor or opposition to the request. To indicate you would like to speak, please click the hand next to your name. If any comments were submitted, the staff will read them into the record. Before a call for the vote, the petitioner may request a continuance in order to bring in additional documentation. The board may also request a continuance to gather additional information or for a visit to the site. Once comments have been heard, the chairperson will call for a vote. At that time, the discussion has ended. No further discussion is permitted. The board will generally make a decision today. 2 members of the board must vote in favor of the petition for it to be approved. If a variance is approved, you have 6 months to obtain the necessary permits or establish the use requested, or the variance will expire. The petitioner or any interested party has the right of appeal to the St. Louis County Circuit Court. This must be done within 30 days of the decision, and paperwork indicating the board's decision will be mailed to the petitioners.
(24-22) Rosewood Partners requests an exception to the sign regulations for the purpose of replacing an existing development complex sign at 7545 South Lindbergh Boulevard, maintaining a sign size of 280 square feet in lieu of 150 square feet, as required by the C8 Planned Commercial District Regulations and Section 1003.168 sign regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance and C8 Ordinance 25775. And as you will recall, this is the petition that the planning department wrote a report about. And Mr. Hrdlicka, you are unmuted to give your presentation, I believe. Now you're unmuted.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, basically, in a nutshell, there's an existing pylon sign at this location, and our client is doing a lot of renovation to improve the existing buildings there. They're redoing the fronts, redoing the ephes, repainting, and they wanted us to provide a new pylon sign that would match the aesthetics of the new development. The existing sign that is there is about 240 square feet, give or take. And the new sign that we are proposing is 200, it's actually 276 square feet. it basically, I think it's fairly straightforward. It's a lot nicer looking sign. It makes sense for the space. It's a little bit larger in square footage than what is there now. But a lot of what that is, or most of what that is, that adds more square footage to it, is that now I guess the county counts the poles or the supports or structures as part of the square footage as well, and not just the sign area. And we felt like those, we felt like this design, having the nice uprights on either side to match with the new aesthetics of the building that they're investing in and making improvements to, would look nice and be better.
Abby, could we go back to the picture of the sign, please?
The existing sign or the proposed
Yeah.
design?
I want to see the existing.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have any other questions, Angela or Justin, do you?
Yeah, so, this is on, give me a clearer picture of where this is on Lindbergh.
Okay, so you know where where like the Home Depot, there's a Hooters right there, South Lindbergh.
Okay. What is the speed limit over there? You happen to know, is it like 35?
I'm not exactly sure. It's probably 35 or 40, maybe 45. I'm not 100% sure what the speed limit is right there.
I'm just trying to get a picture of, is this like a busy part of Lindbergh that looks like a highway, or is this a smaller part where it's kind of like a small street?
Angela,
pretty
this is right off
busy.
the interstate of 255 in South County. So
Yeah, this is where Lindbergh ends and it terminates into 255.
right.
And so Lee Ferry is the street sort of just to the, in the upper left-hand corner. And then the mall would be in that area as well.
Gotcha.
Justin, do you have any questions?
No.
Angela, do you have any other questions?
No, that was all.
Okay. Is there anyone on this WebEx that is in favor or opposition? Please hit the hand next to your name to speak.
I don't see anyone.
Okay. 24-22, I'm gonna go ahead and vote to approve the variance. I do feel that the hardship is to be noticed there. I always feel there's a lot going on to look at, especially, around that area. And I think the other thing is, this isn't really a hardship, but I think the newer sign will look a lot nicer than what's there and more appropriate for the site.
I second it.
I'll concur.
Okay, your paperwork will be mailed to you.
Okay, great. Well, thank you all very much. I appreciate your time.
Okay,
Okay, take care, guys. Thank you.
thank you.
Twenty-five 22, David Hess requests an exception to the rear yard regulations for the purpose of constructing an above-ground swimming pool and a deck and stairs at 9443 Tiber Drive, maintaining a rear yard of 8 feet in lieu of 15 feet as required by the R5 Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance. Mr. Hess, you are now unmuted to give your presentation.
Hi, yeah, my name is Charles Hess. I'm representing David while he's out of town. He's the owner of the property and wanted to make some changes, basically install a small above-ground pool in the backyard. Let's see if that's, I believe it's the south side of the house. We've spoken to the neighbor whose house is on that side. He has no issue with it. We're also going to extend the fence to connect to his fence. You can see there on the left, it's going to come forward and then wrap around to completely enclose the pool area. We've got no power lines anywhere near where we're looking to build the small pool. There will also be a small deck addition attached to the existing deck, kind of connecting that to the pool.
Okay, what are we looking at right now?
That blacktop driveway you're looking down is actually runs to the back of the property in question. And that red deck at the end is kind of, the pool will be right in front of that.
In front of it?
It'll be basically on the blacktop. We'll be removing some of the blacktop to put the pool in. There's another driveway on the front of the house.
Okay, so it would be where the driveway is there, where the blacktop is there.
Yeah, zoomed in, it'll be in the larger section of the blacktop in the back, closer to that red deck.
Okay, at first when you said in the back, I thought between the deck and the other fence. I was gonna say, my gosh.
yeah.
So that's a backyard there, a rear yard?
Correct, yeah. That's the rear of the house. We're a corner lot.
Mhm.
And you said I'm sure we sent paperwork to the neighbors, but you've spoken to your neighbors also?
Yeah, and we submitted a signed document from him, basically just saying he was okay with it. That should be included in there.
Yes, I did receive a letter with the application that's from the neighbor.
Okay.
And
So I guess, yeah, so I guess what is your hardship?
Basically it's kind of weird because we're on a corner lot, but the existing regulation is the edge of the pool has to be 15 feet from the edge of the property line. Where we would be putting it would be shortening it to 8 feet within the property line of Chris, the owner of the house behind us. Just basically just shortening the 15 feet to 8 feet.
And is that because that's the best place for the pool to go or the only place for the pool to go?
Yeah, that's the only place.
Abby, could we, I'd like to see a picture of the lot again, please. Okay, thank you. Let's see.
Or do you want the aerial as well, or instead?
I would like to see the aerial, I think, please. Okay, so. Okay. So number R5 there would be on that blacktop that's showing on the left. So it looks like really, I guess there is no other place besides the front yard. Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Justin, do you have?
No, I'm assuming there's nowhere, I mean, yeah, there's just not much space with that being a corner lot.
Yeah. Angela, do you have any other questions?
No, I have no further question.
Okay, is there anyone on this WebEx that's in favor or opposition to this? Please hit the hand next to your name to speak.
I don't see anyone.
On 25-2, I'm going to vote to approve the variance as advertised. The hardship just being the shape of the lot and the fact that it's a corner lot with little space.
I'll second.
I'll concur.
Oh, all right, your paperwork will be sent to you.
Excellent. Thank you all so much.
Mhm.
26-22 Aiden Enterprises LLC requests an exception to the front and side yard regulations for the purpose of constructing a new single-family residence at 614 Demerville Avenue, maintaining a front yard of 7 feet in lieu of 20 feet for the front porch and stairs, and a side yard of 4 feet in lieu of 6 feet for the home, as required by the R5 Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance. Okay,
Good,
you are unmuted to give your presentation.
good afternoon. I'm Amir. I'm representing Aiden Enterprises. And basically what we're trying to do is we have a problem with, lot being as narrow as it is, and trying to get the room sizes of the house to be somewhat livable. We're trying to stay at this 25 feet width of the house, and the front variance is basically for the most part is just the sidewalk and staircase. We pushed the house back to 35 feet to kind of match the existing left and right constructed homes. And our porch is only 4 feet, the front porch, so everything else pretty much kind of steeps down as the steps and sidewalk to the house. The problem with the side back, if we go to a 6 foot side back, house would be so narrow, and it doesn't look close to the houses that are already there. And like I said, the rooms would be really minimal, and it wouldn't work for what we're trying to do, the looks of the house, interior and exterior.
Could I just input, with a lot this size, this narrow, he would be allowed 5-foot side yards on each side. So actually he could move the house over 1 foot and meet the setback, and then he'd have 1 foot less on the other side, and he'd be 5 feet there too. So that would eliminate the side yard variance.
That was my other option to ask if we could do that, because we don't have anything on the way to actually prevent us from pushing the house another foot to the right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that sounds like a good idea then. Abby, could I see the picture of the houses on that street, please? The aerial view again, please. Thank you. Okay. All right, thank you. I don't have any other questions. Justin, do you?
No, I guess is the applicant willing to move the building a foot so that it doesn't have to get the side yard setback variance?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Um,
No, that's my only question.
Okay. Is there anyone on this WebEx that is in favor or opposition to this request? Please hit the hand by your name to speak.
I do not see anyone.
Okay.
So can you put back up the requested variances? And did you guys, I mean, I'm not super familiar with this. I guess this would be more for staff. Is the front setback generally a little bit shorter in this general vicinity with other houses?
The front setback would normally be 20 feet, but the houses on either side and a couple more are set back even further. Oh, so this house would actually be in line with the existing homes there. It's
Okay, so
just,
they're only set back a few feet as well.
oh, no, they're set back quite a bit, actually more than
Oh.
20, but this is only for the stairs and the porch.
Okay, so the rest of the house would still be back further.
Yeah, the house is actually more than meeting the setback.
Okay, all right. Thank you. In the matter of case 26-22, I recommend approval of the requested front yard variance to 7 feet to allow for the construction of the porch and stairs.
I'll
I
second.
second it.
I'll
I
concur.
concur.
Okay, oh, well, and then I'll go back to seconding, but also just for the record, then, I'm sorry, I forgot the gentleman's name.
Here,
Yes, okay, and so you are going to move the house so it's got 5 feet setback on either side?
absolutely. I will get my architect to move that immediately.
Yeah, okay. All right, we're all set, and we'll be sending you your paperwork in the mail.
Thank you so much, guys. Have a great day.
Oh, thank you.
'27 22, Aaron Phelps requests an exception to the side yard regulations for the purpose of converting an existing carport to an enclosed garage at 4135 Sweet Gum Drive, maintaining a side yard of 2 feet in lieu of 6 feet, as required by the R5 Residence District regulations of the St. Louis County Zoning Ordinance. Mr.
Hello?
McManus, yes, you are unmuted to give your
Yeah,
presentation.
this is Tim McManus. I'm representing Aaron Phelps. I talked to Debbie yesterday about it was actually 4 foot. I just wanted to go 2 foot bigger. And for the building, it's at the where it is right now is at 6 foot. And he just wants to be able to get his car door open a little more because the way it is right now, it's kind of too tight for his car door. And then the only other question I would have is it 4 foot to the wall on the building, and then I can have like a foot of soffit and fascia, or would it be the absolute edge of the building?
It would be, oh,
I'm sorry. Does anybody know?
Usually it's the eve, isn't it, Debbie? I think.
no, it's the, from the edge of the building, you're allowed 18 inches of overhang for the
Okay.
soffits.
Oh,
So then I would just want the 4 foot, 4 foot to the property line, and then I would only do 1 foot to match the rest of the building as an overhang. So, and that's all I'm asking for.
okay. So we're changing the 2 feet to 4 feet in lieu of 6 feet. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions?
I don't.
Angelia, do you have any questions?
Oh, I don't.
Is there anyone here that's in favor or opposition to this? Please hit the hand next to your name to speak.
We had one call-in user who previously said they had I believe, a comment. Hold on one moment. Miss Elking, you are unmuted to give your comment.
Thank you. I think you explained what I was asking. What he wants to do is in his 6 assessment easement, he wants to use 4 of his feet, correct?
No.
Well, yeah, I mean, usually the buildings are 6 feet. They're supposed to be 6 feet to his property line from the garage, and he's asking to have it at 4 feet, so, it would be 2 feet shorter, but still on his property.
On his property. I live in the home next to his, where the garage is. So I would still have my 6 feet, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay, yeah, that I did not understand that. I wanted to make sure that, yeah, that I still had my
I think
6
it would
feet.
be, what is it, 4 foot? It'd be 10 foot. It would be, there'd be 10 foot between the buildings, I believe.
Yes.
There was still,
So I can understand why the caller would be, questioning it, because that would, 2 feet would be awfully close.
yeah, I mean, for a minute, yeah, I mean, I've never went through this before, so I wasn't sure what actually it was meaning, and I don't want to be 2 or even 4 feet that close to
Right.
someone
No,
else.
you still have your 6 feet, and then there's 4 feet on the other side, so, and like
Okay,
Ms.
that's
said,
fine.
it would be 10 feet, yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, that's fine. All righty. Okay.
Okay, all right. So Abby, was that the only person?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and vote 27-22. I'm gonna vote, so we have changed this to say maintaining a side yard of 4 feet in lieu of 6 feet, and I'm gonna vote in favor of that. Because I think, everybody likes to have a garage, to have their cars safely set away, and I can see from this that it would be nicer to have a little roomier, so.
I second it.
I'm not going to confirm or concur.
Okay, Mr. McManus, so 2 of us have approved it, so we'll send you your paperwork in favor.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Appreciate your time.
Okay, I guess I'll see you all in another 2 weeks, unless you're off on spring break somewhere.